This is a review on how to use the Finis Duo underwater MP3 player. Swimming is like any other cardio exercise. It gets boring as hell. So we all know that having some music playing in our ears keeps us motivated, keeps our brains going, keeps us active, and we get less bored and we do more cardio. And although I find swimming a whole lot more enjoyable than running or a bike without an engine, I still like to have my music on while I'm doing it. It just makes the whole experience that much more enjoyable. Now, I've tried other underwater devices before. I had a Sony one that went around and it actually plugged in the ears. The unique thing about the Finis is that it uses bone conduction, so it vibrates on your cheekbones. It doesn't actually go in the ears. So you could use separate earplugs here, and then you can have these and it'll still hear the music. The other thing that's kind of cool about them is they're actually tuned to work underwater best for acoustics. So if you're just walking around your house and you have them on, it'll sound a little bit tinny, but when you're actually underwater and you have the acoustics of the water volume, it sounds great. So it's kind of takes some getting used to. You might be wondering why I'm in the studio with this instead of at the pool. The reason is it's electronic, so we have to get it charged and we have to load the music to it before we can use it. So first let's unbox it and see what's in the package. What you see when you open it is the two earpieces with the cord between them, and then the charging cord. You can see that spot there plugs onto that just by magnetic contact, and that's how it charges and how it relays the music from the computer to your MP3 player. This then just plugs into the USB port of your computer. Now we have the charging cord plugged into the computer's USB port, and we take the power side of the headset and you can hear it snap into place. And now you see the green light, so you know that it's charging and connected. So we're going to leave that lay here, and while that charges, we'll go back to the desktop. Here we see the Finis Duo drive showed up, and it's empty, which makes sense. The Finis Duo can hold up to 4 gigabytes of music. And that's a lot, but it's not quite as much as what modern phones hold, so you might have to trim down your phone music list before you put them on there. I've had other underwater music devices before, so I have a file already with the music that I want to move over to this one. So I'll start with that. And basically, I just Control All, Control C, and go over here and paste. And it'll take a little while. All right, now we have all the music on the device. Let's go ahead and pull it off the charger and let's look at use and installation. Here's the quick setup guide on it. One side has all the buttons, not the other side, so we'll use that one. It's all pretty straightforward. You hold the button in for power, and then you do it one at a time for play and pause. This shuffle one down here, you press it once for random, and then you press and hold it for 25 seconds to reset the whole device. This button over here, you press it once to replay the song you're on. You press it twice to replay the song before it. And then this is the part that doesn't make as much sense to me as an engineer, is you press and hold this to make the volume go up. And so this side over here is just the opposite of those controls. You press it once to go to the next song, and then you press and hold it for the volume to go down. Now, every other device I've ever seen, the track down would be associated with the volume down, and the track plus would be associated with the volume plus. This one is backwards from that, so that's, to me, the one kind of confusing aspect of this device. Now you'll notice this isn't going to stick to my ear by magic, right? So let's talk about installation and actual use. Now, if you're swimming in the pool and you got bleach, you probably don't want it in your eyes and you're probably using goggles already. But for the Finis Duo, you will have to have a pair of goggles. I like the Speedo ones. I've used other brands and I always go back to the Speedo. They just seem to fit the most comfortably and keep sealed the best for me. But you'll need some kind of goggles to work with these. Before you put your Finis on the goggles, you need to get the adjustment of the band right first. So you just keep pulling them in through there and then tightening them out here and get them where it's comfortable on your head, but they stay on and they're not going to leak. So do that first. And make sure the two sides are even when you do this. That way it'll allow the same position of the earpieces when you put those on. Once you have the band adjusted on your goggles, now you want to put the Duo on them. What you want to do is put the one with the power button and the other buttons on the left-hand side of your goggles. That way it orients the power cord to the rear, so the power cord is hanging back on your neck and not in your face. Okay, I've installed the earpieces on the goggles. The way that works is you've got a split cavity right there. So what you do is you take the band and you slide it in and up around, and what I do for my best fit is I like to have the buckle part sort of in that center piece trapped there. And that way it not only keeps the earpiece on the band, it keeps it from sliding back and forth. So I did that on this side as well as this side, and again you can see I just slid it in underneath there and up to the top. So it's all stable now. You may have to play around a little bit with the tightness of the band and the position of the earpieces on there, but that's basically how to use it. Now all you do is, go in there, hold the power on till you see the green light, and then it should start playing. There, you hear it? So it's going. And again, restarted the song, went to the song before, went back to the next song, getting quieter and getting louder. You can see the plus and the minus sign on those little arrows. But remember, those are for the volume. It's opposite for the track selection. When you're done, don't forget to hold it down, and then it does that, and it's off. And that's really important, because if you just leave it keep going in your gym bag, it's going to have a dead battery the next time you try to do it. I don't know exactly how many hours of battery life are on these things, but I can charge it up and, it'll last me several weeks before I have to charge it. When it does need to be charged, it'll let you know by the green light turning into a red light when you power on and off. The Finis Duo is just a really easy product to use, besides the little up and down volume and track thing I don't really like. But I use them every time I go to the pool and swim. This is probably the third set of Finis Duo I've had over many years. They haven't really evolved a whole lot. I had this set for, I don't know, at least 3 years as well, and they worked until just recently. I think the contacts just corroded on the part where they charge. But overall, very good product. Makes the swim so much more enjoyable to have some good music while you're doing laps.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel below and let's celebrate turning fuel and air into adrenaline.